fucking full of shit, man. Now, you might throw that back at us, or what about you guys? Well, there's scripture saying that you're supposed to, the tights, we the priests. How y'all learn how to do the Passover, man? The priests. All right? Matter of fact, get me Malachi, 3 and 8.
Elder Todd, well, that was the scripture I just read. It says, tribute to whom tribute is due. The elders, man, we done been laboring in this thing, Elder Todd, 30 years. Some of us almost 25 years. Who the fuck are you, man? You know what I mean?
Let me say this. I'm working, man. I got to go to work after the weekend, man. I've been working. I got brothers, witnesses at time. I've been working as far as they know me. I always got a job, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's right, man.
That's right. And Elder Tar even told me personally, he said, look, I mean, I know I don't have to work, but what am I going to do? Just sit at the house? I go. He told me this before, even before he said on the thing. He said, I go crazy sitting here at the house by my, without working. Yeah. There's only so much, studying you can do. You got to do other things, Exactly. Only so many videos you can do and so much information you can, because you got to take in information and you got to divulge information out too. You fill up and you got to let it go. Malachi chapter 3 verse 8. Will a man rob the Most High? Yet you have robbed me. But you say, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithes and offering. You are cursed with a curse, for you have robbed me, even this whole nation. Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house, and prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts, if I will not open you the windows of heaven, and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it. And then the scriptures say, if we have imparted unto you spiritual things, can we not take from you your carnal things? You guys didn't know, 4, 5, 6 years ago, some of you guys didn't even know you were Israelites. None of you knew that you were Israelites. You didn't even know what an Israelite was. The only idea you may have had of an Israelite is that maybe if you watched the movie The 10 Commandments. Right.
Then you had guys talking about when I came in here, I had 90% truth. I had 80% truth. You didn't have shit. You didn't have a goddamn thing, man. Okay?
Yep. Hey, that's why Yahushua told Nicodemus, you have to be born again. You have to come as a newborn babe. A newborn babe don't know shit. You got to take everything that you've learned.
Yeah, so the Lord said, shut the hell up. You don't know shit. You don't know a damn thing, Nicodemus, so shut the hell up.
Yeah, and he was a master of the law.
Matter of fact, go to that. Go to that. From the very first verse.
This is the book of St. John, chapter 3, verse 1. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to Yahushua by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from the Most High, for no man could do these miracles that thou doest except the Most High be with him. Yahushua answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. Nicodemus saith unto him, How can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born? Yahushua answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of the Most High. That which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit. And that's another reason why Yahushua said, except you come to me as these little children, you cannot enter into the kingdom. Because you have to be born again. You have to be taught all over again. And what did the scripture say? Train up a child in the way he should be taught, and when he is old, he shall not depart from it. So when you come into this, it doesn't matter how old you are. When you come into this, from that point on, that's the first day you drew breath when you found out about the truth. And then from there you grow. You're 1 year old, you're 2 year old, you're 3, you're 10-year-old. 10-year-old is in the Spirit. All right? It says, Marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh and whither it goeth. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit. Nicodemus answered and said unto him, How can these things be? Yahushua answered and said unto him, Art thou a master of Israel, and knowest not these things? And Yahushua was telling him basically simple things. You know, I mean, it was deep, but it was simple. It wasn't that complicated. And he couldn't get it, being a master. That's why you had a lot of guys that were good in learning and memorizing scriptures, but when it comes to making certain decisions or certain judgments, they can't do it. You know, because it's not all about how much information you can cram into your brain. You know, it's about what you do with that information. It says, "Verily, verily, I say unto thee, we speak that we do know, and testify that we have seen, and you receive not our witness. If I have told you earthly things, and you believe not, how shall you believe if I tell you heavenly things? And no man hath ascended up to heaven, but he that came down from heaven, even the Son of Man which is in heaven. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have eternal life." Verse 27, John answered and said, "A man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven."
Get me Haggai, the first chapter, and start from the 3rd verse.
All right, this is Haggai chapter 1, verse 3. "Then came the word of the Lord by Haggai the prophet, saying, Is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your sealed houses, and this house lie waste?"
Now that house is a spiritual house. Like what we're teaching, the elders is teaching y'all. We're like bricks, a handful of bricks. So you guys out there represent other bricks. So a house is being built. Like when it speaks about the house of David, it ain't talking about a castle, all right? The house is talking about, it tells you in Corinthians that the house is the children of Israel, that we are the house of believers. So the house that back then they were trying to actually build a temple, the house of the Most High, physically, all right? But now this house is a spiritual house. So as you come in, you're part of the bricks that's being built to the house, and part of the building is the money that you spend, man. You know, because you were building another person's house. You were building a wicked man's house. That's what you were doing. You were contributing to the devil. Was this guy from Trinidad? He was a damn devil, man. There are many antichrists. He's an antichrist. All right.
I got something real quick.
Real sharp. This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 40, verse 28. It says, "My son, lead not a beggar's life, for better it is to die than to beg. The life of him that dependeth on another man's table is not to be counted for a life, for he polluteth himself with other men's meat. But a wise man, well nurtured, will beware thereof. Begging is sweet in the mouth of the shameless, but in his belly there shall burn a fire."
Now, let's deal with the Levites. Did the Levites work? No, they didn't work. 10% of what you had, the shoulder, the best part of the shoulder of the cattle went to the Levites, man. And so it wasn't so much money. It was money, and it was cattle, and it was wheat, corn. And where did the Levites live? They lived in the suburbs, man. That's why, what's this guy, Jeroboam? He had expelled all the Levites from all of the suburbs, because the Levites didn't have their own land that you went to. Oh, that's where the Levites live. Go up there on that mountain. No, the Levites were scattered among all the tribes to be the priests among all the tribes. Just like you got judges in the Esau system. You ain't got a place that you go to where all the judges are sitting there. You got judges scattered wherever you live at, man, in any state. You know, you got state judges, you got magistrates, you got U.S. District Court judges, you got Circuit Court judges, you got the Supreme Court justices and so forth. You got your little local judge, your little county judge. So what they're doing is what the Levites, they got that from the Levites. The Levites were the judges, man. And the purpose of a king was what? To be a judge. Matter of fact, let's get that about king, about when they wanted a king. And Samuel said, well, look, if you get a king, you're going to have to take your daughters. They got to be confectioners, and your sons got to be their guards and all that. Because King David didn't have to work. and his men, his lords. They didn't have to work, man. And the same thing with the Levites. What they dealt with was the law. You went to them for the law and judgment. They didn't go chopping down trees and building up houses and all that, man. So there were people in Israel that the rest of the people gave them in the form of payment, man. But this nigga down here in Trinidad, man, that was a damn hustle, man. And then you guys, if you feel free, you can make videos on this guy because he's the flavor of the month.